Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Simi Kemza James. So guys, I saw this blouse somewhere on the internet and I kind of love it, so I would like to recreate something like this, but I'm going to be using Ankara for mine and I want it to be a princess that cut. So, and I'm going to be changing the sleeve as well, so let's just jump into it.
So guys, for this top I'm going to be using a basic bodies which I've drafted here, and I've marked my bust pan measurement. If you don't know how to do this, I'll be linking one of my videos up here to teach you that. So from my bust pan measurement, now on the this is the chest line, the bust line, my under bust line, my affluence line, and the hem of my top, or wherever I want the length of my top to be, right? So let me just write L. Here is affluence or waist, right? So I'm going to take I'm going to make it a princess dart measurement. So I'm going to mark I'll be marking the normal dart here, and I'll also mark the shoulder dart because I want it to be the princess dart blouse. So I'm going to measure half of what I have here. So half of my shoulder line, I have 6 inches. So half of it will be 3 inches. So I'll mark 3 inches like so. Then I want to take 2 inches of that here, half here, half here. So I'm going to be connecting that to the bust point like so. Like so. Now I continued marking the dart on this side because I'm going to be extending it. You know how you would need to pay for that, so I'll be paying it back on this side if I need to pay for any dart. So that's why I continued the marking on this side instead of dividing it on both sides of the 3 inches. I hope you understand what I mean. So I'm going to mark my under bust dart. So on my affluence line, I'll take 1 inch on both sides as well, and on my under bust line I take 1 inch for that. Then I'll connect those points into straight lines like so. Then I'll connect it to the hem of my top like this and like this. So for this side, I'm just bringing out my dart. So here we go. I have my regular dart. So now I'm going to mark my under bust measurements, right? So my under bust is 38 inches. So I'll be dividing 38. Now that's because I want to tighten my under bust. So 38 divided by 4. I have around 9.5. So on my under bust line, I'll mark 9.5. Now, the distance from this point to this point, which is this line that goes from my bust point to my affluence point, I'll measure that distance. So I have 1.5 inches. So I'm going to divide 1.5 into 2. I'll divide 1.5 by 2. Then I'll mark half of it here and half of it here. That's for my under bust tightening. Or I can just mark half inch on this side like so, then 1 inch here. This is usually the best way to do it because it creates more room on the side of your panel. So I'll just go ahead and connect this half inch to this side. Then I connect this side back to the affluence line. Then this side as well back to my affluence line. Then I'll use my French curve now, so it will help me to get a nice curve like this to this point. So basically what I'm doing is our regular princess dart measurement. So that's what I'm doing, right? So I'll just go ahead and make my armhole curve as well, right? So I'll mark my 3 inches neckline depth. So just go ahead and connect that like this, right? So now I'm going to make the upper, that's the cut out on the that's the lower side of the dress, excluding the top side, the neck side of it, I mean. So from the chest line, I'm going up 1.5 inches. I do not want any cleavage showing, right? And so I'm just going to, and I want the this side to be straight. You can do your sweetheart neck or whatever neck that works for you, but I'm just going to leave mine to be straight. So I'll mark that 1.5 here, then I'll draw it as a straight line like so. So now I'll still need to tighten my chest area, because just like I said, anywhere you cut an outfit, you need to tighten that side. So this dart here will not be enough, so I have to open up this dart more. So I'll open from here by another 2 inches. I mark 1 inch here and I mark 1 inch here. Now that's not even going to affect anything much on my pattern, right? So that's why I'm not worried about it. So I'll connect it to the bust like so, and connect like so, right? So you can see it has opened more darts on this side, so it has tightened this side a lot more. So I'll measure to be sure that by the time I sew it, it's going to be even. So I'm just going to measure here like so. I'll measure what I have on this panel like so. So here I have 17.5. So I'll measure this one as well. Don't forget, we've not paid back our darts. So I have a difference here. So this side is 17.5 and this side is more than 17.5. So what I have left here, I'll bring it up here and mark on this side. So I'll mark it here so that by the time I sew it, it will be even. So I'll just connect it to the neckline here. So this will be the new line for the center panel. Now I'll measure my darts so that I can pay back. So on my affluence point, my dart is 2 inches. So I'll mark 2 inches here to pay back my dart. Now I'm going to connect to this point like so to my hip, and I connect to this point as well like so. So we have our basic top, right? So now I'm going to come with a tracing wheel so that I can trace the upper side of this blouse. That's the neck side to this side. So this is it now. I've gone ahead to trace out the upper side of this thing up till somewhere around here that I traced out on this side. That's because I want to use this one to trace off the neck, right? So what I'm going to do now is to now draft where I want, how I want the neck to be. So I'm just going to come with my pen, with my ruler, right, and just go like this. So I'll just mark to this point like this so that I can get the upper side. You know, it's just the upper side here that I need. So I'll just mark up to here. So from the neck here to this point. So I'll mark my, I'll just go ahead and make a green line there so that I know how my pattern is facing. So I'll just go ahead and cut this out. Now on this side, when I'm cutting, I'll add sewing allowance here, and I'll basically just be adding sewing allowance all round. Don't forget that I've not added any sewing allowances on the pattern. So this is the upper side. Now I'll cut this one. So this is the center front. So I don't need the upper side here. And don't forget, I've not added any sewing allowances, so I'll add that when I'm cutting out my main fabric. So I have my center front. This side will be cut on fold. I'll cut two pieces of this one will be cut on fold, and two pieces of this side panel as well. Stop here. So this is it for the back. I'm not going to be drafting the back side, because the back is pretty much just going to be the regular back that you know, nothing special. So I'm going to mark on this side piece. I'll mark 1.5 inch upwards like this, because I want it to sort of have a curve, a nice curved shape on the side. I'll just cut that off. So this is it. These are my panels. So I'll draft the back side off camera, and then I'll show you how I'm cutting out my fabrics. Then I'll be adding wording. Then we go over to sew. So here are all my pattern pieces. I have my center front, my side front, my back piece. I have two of these, and I've also gone ahead to interface the back of the fabrics. For the front side, I used wording so that it will flatten my tummy area, and for the back side, I just used hairstay just to give it a little bit of structure. Then for the back, I cut out just like the way I did the upper side of the front. I did a similar thing. You are at liberty to change your style at the back. And as well, on the back side, I took out, that's on the center back side, I took out 1 inch from there because I want to lace the back instead of a zipper. So on the outline side, I took out 1.5 instead of 1 inch because I want it looking all snug. And these are our panels. So let's head over to the sewing, guys.
So I'm going to be doing a part 2 of this video where I'm going to be showing you how I cut out the collar and how I brought the dress together, because I'll need to put the dress together before the collar. But I have a collar tutorial on my channel which I'm going to be linking up here for you to go and watch. Please like my video, subscribe and share with your friends. See you in my next tutorial, guys. Bye.